it just feels like the perfect time to do a favorites video today. Hi guys, it's Magali. I feel like favorites videos really appeal to two of my qualities as a person, that I am both extremely opinionated and also very chaotic. So I can just gather a lot of different things that I have strong feelings for and talk to you guys about them. And they don't have to fit in one particular theme. I have a little bit of makeup, couple of skincare items, hair removal tools, I have a tech, and then some food and drink as well. And I have partnered with Amazon India for this video. So you can find links to all of these products in the description bar below and on my Amazon storefront. I just buy whatever I need from Amazon all of the time, and you might think that I'm exaggerating, but the other day I had a look at how many orders I placed in 2022 and also how many orders I've already placed in 2023. We're gonna get started with makeup. Since the last couple of months, my makeup has been 90s inspired. Lots of brown tones, really suited to people with medium to dark skin. Something that just makes me feel like very glamorous compared to any makeup styles or trends I've indulged in. If you would like to know more about the whole 90s look and what it entails, I actually did a makeup tutorial kind of thing, which I'm gonna link now in the upper right corner. I'm a nerd. I love researching things. I love going into the history of trends, and I'm quite happy with how that one turned out. The first product, this cream blush that I bought from Simply Nam Beauty, and the shade is called We Go Way Back, an almond brown. For a lot of last year, I wore very visible blush, so I wanted flush cheeks, but for the 90s, blush has to be way more subtle and kind of in more natural brown tones, and this is the perfect blush like that for me. I just tap 2 fingers in and apply it on my cheeks, and it takes me like all of 10 seconds. Next, I have a couple of lip things. Tinted lip balm from Fair Beauty. This is their Coffee Cool lip balm. So they came out with this whole range with many different lip balms. I think they are almost all tinted except for the ice cream soda one. So it's a little bit gimmicky, but every lip balm in this range is designed after a childhood drink that like millennials would be familiar with. And Coffee Cool is made to smell like cold coffee that we get in India. I don't mean like sophisticated iced coffee. I mean the cold coffee that you get at the local cafes, which is a mix of instant coffee, milk and sugar, and it's usually made in like a blender. You nail the fragrance perfectly. This is such a pretty color. It does feel really moisturizing. I love that it has this kind of applicator. It also does have SPF 20, which is really decent. The tint on this is so gorgeous that I actually wore it to an event, but then I was reminded it is a lip balm, so it's not magical. When you eat, it's gonna disappear. It's not meant to replace a lipstick, but this will be great for like college going people, or you know, if you go to office and you're not one for lipstick on your face, you just want a little tint and you want your lips to stay hydrated. This is gonna be in my handbag all the time. It's really similar to Glossier's Balm.com, except that Glossier's Balm.com used to have this really annoying ointment lid, so you couldn't apply it nicely. They actually just redesigned the packaging of Balm.com, and now it has this kind of an applicator, but Glossier isn't available in India, and it's also pretty damn expensive. The fact that this one is super affordable and it's comparable, I think everyone should cop one of these based on whatever tint or fragrance you're more into. The third product is a lipstick. It's actually from Revlon, and I feel like Revlon is having this resurgence of late. Just a year or two ago, they felt very irrelevant, but in the last couple of months only, I have bought several different Revlon products. They have some of the most iconic like brown type shades that were so big in the 90s. I own a couple of lipsticks already from their super lustrous lipstick collection. This is the one that I featured in my recent 90s makeup video, and Superstar Brown. It is really difficult to get good Revlon swatches online. I expected this to be more of a deeper chocolate brown. It's actually not as dark as I expected. It's a mid-tone brown with a little bit of warm pinks and mauves in it. Really nice and wearable for an everyday color. It's not intimidating, and it's what I'm wearing on my lips right now as well. I think it's just really pretty. This one is like from their matte range, but I don't think it ever goes like fully matte. I put this a while ago. You can still see a little bit of sheen. I love it like that. It's good enough that it won't rub off very easily. It may not survive a meal, but it is very comfortable, and I do not mind reapplying every once in a while. So I have an eyeliner that I really like. Two products together. It's a pencil eyeliner. It's also a smudging brush. This is the Kiro Beauty High Def Soothing Eyeliner Pencil in the shade Earth Brown, and the Color Bar Smudging Brush. I have talked about this eye pencil before. I just really love the shade. It's so beautiful, and I have talked about how I love brown liner on multiple occasions and how it's a beautiful change from black liner every once in a while. I used to only wear liquid liner because I wanted well-defined eyes. I think it was a little insecurity of mine that when I put on makeup but don't have eyeliner, my eyes look small. But now I don't care. I just love trying out different things. I've been wearing this a different way recently, where I put it on my lid and then I smudge it out with this smudging brush. This is a technique I used in my 90s makeup video as well. But there I lined it with a liquid liner on top of that, like I layered a pencil and liquid liner. But for every day, just putting on pencil liner and smudging it out, it's so gorgeous. Liner doesn't always have to be sharp and defined. Sometimes a really soft shadow kind of liner looks beautiful as well. This does not take long. It's especially great for daytime wear. Final makeup product, also from Revlon. This is a nail polish. This is from their Ultra HD Snap range, which is one of their slightly more mid-range nail polishes. I'm having a moment with green nail colors. This one's called Commander in Chief, which is a deep army green. You can see in the bottle itself that it looks quite dark, but actually goes on the nails even darker. It's more like a black green. It is a lovely formula. It gets full opacity in 2 coats and it goes on really nicely. The brush is beautiful. What do you guys think of it? I actually made a short video on all of the green nail polishes I currently own with swatches, so check that out if you would also like to have green nails. There are some pastels, some dark ones, and also different undertones and stuff. Moving on to skincare, this next product I'm gonna share, I've probably discussed it on this channel at least 10 times. Now that the weather is getting warm again, I'm gonna replug one of my favorite face moisturizers for this season that's also pretty affordable. It's the Pond's Super Light Gel Moisturizer. It is great for the summertime for almost all skin types, just not dry skin. If you have normal combination oily skin, you're gonna love this one. It is hydrating without being too heavy. It's not gonna clog your pores. You're not gonna sweat it out the minute you start sweating, but it's just gonna give you that adequate amount of hydration. And it is available in several different sizes. So the first time you're buying it, you can try out a smaller size. Now I usually just get the biggest size I can find. It becomes my daily moisturizer in the warmer months because my skin gets pretty oily. But then it's also dehydrated, and this is the best. So after years of saying that I want to form a sunscreen habit, I think 2023 is the year where I am finally making good on that promise. This is a new sunscreen. It's from Minimalist, a sunscreen stick SPF 50. So this has adenosine and rice bran oil and vitamin E. It gives you broad spectrum protection and it works for all skin types. I like things in stick form. It's my favorite way to use products. This sunscreen stick is perfect if you don't like using cream-based sunscreen. It does not leave any kind of white cast. It is mildly mattifying, not super mattifying. It's just really easy to apply. It glides on. It sits very comfortably under makeup. But I think one of the best parts about having it in stick form is that it becomes really nice to reapply sunscreen. I'm gonna do that right now, although I don't think 2 hours have passed since my initial application. Let's see if any of my makeup comes off on this. Because I have base, I have blush. Some of it's gonna come off because my makeup's not transfer proof, but let's just see. Now there is a little bit, just slight streaks of makeup, which you can just take them off at the back of my hand and they're gone. If you're a lazy person, and mind you that's not a bad thing, this might be a great way to put sunscreen on your face. And for everybody else who still likes cream-based sunscreens. This is the best way to reapply sunscreen. I'm so glad to see Minimalist has been around a while. I didn't try anything from them for a really long time, just because of how when they launched they tried to be clones of The Ordinary, but I do recognize that they've moved past that. They're coming out with good formulas at good prices. Just now realizing the next two things I'm going to talk about, they're all pink. Like this one's pale pink, this one's hot pink, and this one's pale pink and hot pink, and this is totally a coincidence. So I'm going to talk about a couple of hair removal things first. One is this new facial hair remover from Philips that I've actually reviewed in a whole separate video. So if you'd like to know more about it, I have a detailed video review on it, linking in the upper right corner. I really enjoy reviewing hair removals like this, so I think I do a pretty good job of it. And if you have any intention of buying this, then you should probably check out that video. I was skeptical of yet another hair remover out in the market because there are so many of them already, and I already had one that I really liked by Brown. So I was like, another one? But then I wanted to review it, so I bought it and I ended up really loving it. This has a nice big round head. If you want to take out hair from your cheeks, jawline, upper lip, like basically this whole area, even if you want to remove your side lock hair, whatever, this is a beautiful device for that. Two features that it has that the other ones don't have: this light that goes all around and is very useful if you don't have access to good light while removing your hair. And then also the cap has a mirror. It's a teeny tiny mirror, but it's magnifying and works perfectly to help you see all details, so you will never miss any hair removal. When they say facial hair remover, this is basically a trimmer, so it works really well if you have sensitive skin, because trimmer is something that just cuts your hair at skin level. It doesn't pull it out, so you're not going to have any pain or irritation. However, hair removers with this round head shape do have one major disadvantage: you can't do your brows with them. They do not offer any precision, so you can't do any kind of shaping. They just work on areas where you want to remove all of the hair and like leave a clean finish. This is a razor from Gillette. It's actually a disposable razor. I bought this when I was on vacation. I forgot to carry a razor. I always do that. I always forget to carry razors. Sometimes I'll forget to carry face wash, so I end up going to the local chemist to pick up razor and face wash. That's when I decided, instead of buying like the cheapest disposable razor, let me go one up, let me get a better one. And I bought this one, and it has been one of the nicest disposable razors that I've used. So comfortable to use, really gives me a close shave, but it's not overtly sharp that it would create those micro cuts and leave my skin burning later on. I bought this one I think in June, so I've had this such a long time, and I've not been shaving so often, but it works really great for hands, legs, and I'll also sometimes use it on my like bikini region. Occasionally I'll use it on my armpits also. I usually wax my underarms, but sometimes your waxing schedule does not line up with what you want to wear, and then shaving to the rescue. This one is finally kind of blunt now, but I'm thoroughly impressed at how long it lasts. So I knew that I wanted to give it a little shout out. If you also like using razors for body hair removal, you might want to check out this particular one. The next thing that I have is actually a comb, but this is no ordinary comb. This is from Denman, and I believe it's the D12 comb. Denman is a British brand, and they make some of the best combs and brushes ever. I just feel like not everybody knows about them because they're an old brand. They've been around for decades, but they make quality hairbrushes and combs. And I have tried the other expensive brands out there like Tangle Teezer and stuff, but Denman usually is more affordable than Tangle Teezer, and the quality is superb. This is also one of my favorite brushes. This is something that's recommended for people with wavy and curly hair. This is the 7-row hairbrush. The quality of these top notch. It's really easy to clean them. Like this particular brush, I can slide out the rubbery part in the middle and properly wash this whole thing and dry it out. Even after months of use, the bristles haven't changed in any way. This is a great brush, but I did kind of get a little bit sidetracked because this is not the one I wanted to add to this video. It's still a really good brush that you can use. But I want to talk about the comb. This is a 3-layer comb that is recommended especially for detangling your hair as well as giving you root volume. It does have very interesting shaped bristles that are sort of conical. Towards the base they are wider and towards the end they taper. I bought this for when I'm styling my hair wavy in its natural texture, because I definitely face a root volume issue, especially in the summertime where my ends and everything get super frizzy. But the top, it just sticks to the scalp and it's a very unflattering look. Today I've blown out my hair. I always try and blow out by lifting my roots, so I get this little thing here that you see. I love this. This comb also helps you with that same purpose. You can actually like lift your hair with this. If you're not a fan of this bright pink color, it's also available in black, but I just enjoy having colors in my life. It's just a very nice comb that I know a lot of different people will be able to use. Especially if you want root volume, you should get this comb. I feel like we are all okay with spending on like expensive hair treatments. A lot of us will also get nice hair masks, and we often also spend on expensive hair tools because we know that most of the time those are actually worth it. But when it comes to combs and brushes, we often use the same like regular cheap combs and brushes that do the job but not very well. If you invest in really nice combs and brushes, your everyday hair grooming is just going to go so much better. And when you buy one of these and start using them, you see the difference and you will not be able to just use those regular combs anymore. And now I have a single fashion item. Crocs! I got new Crocs. I am sort of obsessed with Crocs. It started very innocently around this time last year with me buying one pair and me buying another, and now I basically have all of the different Crocs that are on the market. I saw that they had a new shape out and I knew that I really wanted to try it, because at this point I just want to try all of the Crocs. Crocs are trendy again now, but all of the new shapes they're coming out with are so good. So this is one of the new shapes. It's called the ʟᴜᴜᴜ. As you can see, these are slides. They are available in I think 3 colors as of now, and I did want one of the lighter colors, but I have small feet and I could only get black ones in my size right now, and they are the comfiest slides yet. I have other Croc slides also, but like look at these. They cradle your feet. So cozy, almost like Birkenstocks. They have this molded footbed that you can see here, but they just are really cozy, and if you like wearing slide with socks also, you can do that. And I think they look so chic. They're not like very sleek. They have a little bit of chunkiness the Crocs are known for, but at the same time there's something very like minimal. And look at the sole on this, the ripple design. It's beautiful. It's also worth noting that these shoes are actually made of like they are Crocs light ride foam. It's a way more comfier foam that they've been putting on their more higher end shoes. I also own a pair of Birkenstocks, but I love that when I have Crocs on, I don't care about where I'm walking. I don't care about whether I'm stepping in something wet. In Mumbai, shoes like Crocs, way more practical and they go further. They get dirty, I can just wash them. Next up I have like an electronic item. I'm calling this tech. This is something that anyone will find useful. Surge protector from Anchor that I saw and I really liked. I'm gonna be traveling really soon and I'll be away for a little while, and it's not a city. In Mumbai we are spoiled with like good electricity, but in rural areas the electricity often cuts off and there are often surges and stuff, so you really need to protect your electronics from those surges. They can create problems. So I got one of these surge protectors from Smart Anchor. So it's actually a brand that we all know and trust, because I would prefer with electronics to stick to known brands. My tech is high-end, I want to be able to protect it. So this is a small surge protector, they have larger ones. So it may not be useful for like your main computer setup, you may need more plugs, but it's really good for a bedside. You can plug in your laptop, you can plug in your phone charger. There's 2 plug points, but what sets it apart for me is that there are also 2 USB ports. So you can actually connect your charging cable of your phone directly into this. That just lessens the complications in my life. I don't have to take the little plug thingy of my phone charger. I can just take a cable, and I was very impressed with how this looks as well. So the silver part almost looks like it's metal. It's not though, it's really nice plastic, because I don't think it would be safe to have a metal surge protector, but it's really well designed, and it also has the hanging thing at the back, so you can actually like mount this on your wall or on some of your furniture behind something, so that you keep everything looking neat. Finally, we're coming to the food and drink portion of the video. I have always been a chai drinker. On my vlogs, I'm talking about drinking chai all of the time. But I have news for you guys. I drink coffee also now. I have graduated past instant coffee. I can no longer drink it. I want like real coffee made from grounds and stuff. I had bought a couple of Vietnamese coffee filters when we were traveling in Vietnam a few years ago, and I finally took them out of their packet, figured out how to use them, and I've been brewing drip coffee. Then I was like why not try filter coffee? We've always enjoyed it whenever we've traveled to South India, so not yet brewing my own filter coffee. Today I wanted to show you this coffee that I found online. It's from V.S. Money and Company. Their liquid filter coffee decoction. So this is really concentrated. You just need to add sugar. You need to add some of this. I just eyeball it, like boil some milk until it's bubbling, and just pour in that hot milk from height. I actually bought a Davara set also. I got a brass one from V.S. Money only. I got them engraved. My mom and I are the only ones that drink coffee at home. My dad hates coffee. Now we both have Davara sets with our names on them, and it's a beautiful everyday ritual that we've been doing. Actually, just before I sat to film this video, I was already ready and I felt hungry, so I ordered some idli, and like I added ghee podi on it. I ordered vada, and then I sat and had filter coffee. I really enjoy that thing of like pouring the coffee back and forth. I'm not sure why it's done. I think it like aerates the coffee, it makes it very bubbly. It also takes the place of stirring, so the sugar mixes in nicely, and also cools the hot coffee. These are my personal theories. I don't really know a lot about filter coffee and like the history and the rituals behind it. I was kind of skeptical about the price, because it costs 250 rupees for one bottle, but you can get it significantly cheaper on Amazon. But I said why not try it out, so I bought 2 bottles. I'm still on my first one. I have about this much decoction remaining. We've had 6 cups already, so I would say 1 bottle, if you're making it in a Davara, it's enough for around 8 cups, which is very decent. If you don't want to go through the whole process of brewing filter coffee, you can just get this. It's 80% coffee and 20% chicory, by the way, because South Indian filter coffee always has chicory blended in, and the flavor is beautiful. So the final thing that I wanted to share, this new savory snack from Orion, which is a Korean brand. They have a lot of different snacks in India that you're probably familiar with. Rice crackers and the choco pie, which is a sweet snack. All of this stuff's really tasty. This one is pretty new, and these are corn-based chips. 4 crunchy layers. This is in hot lime flavor. There's just one flavor available. It's not super hot, but it is lemony, and crunch on these is absolutely insane. They're also very, very light. They come really nicely packed so that you get all of your chips intact. And you need to buy like 5 at a time, which is annoying, but it won't take you long to finish off 5. I have a separate tasting video with it. I'm gonna link in the upper right corner, because that's a thing I do on my second channel. Trying different snacks brings me a lot of joy. Not everything's going to be a winner. Not everything I'm going to keep on repurchasing. Many of them are just try one time kind of things. This is something that I see myself repurchasing, so I don't want to gatekeep it. I want to share it with all of you guys. That is all for today's favorites video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you've discovered anything new recently, feel free to share it with all of us in the comments below, and we can chat. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time.